Hello my lovelies, it is a glorious day. The sky is so blue. My hair is really bright as well. It's usually a bit more pastel than this, but hey ho, it'll fade soon. Yeah, the sun is out, it's glorious, and I have a really busy day ahead of me. We're going to 2 escape rooms today. Can't remember the names of them off the top of my head. I will update you with that when I've been through them because I'll know by then. But the first one is in Corby in Northampton. I think that's a motel theme, so we're hoping that's a bit Norman Bates style psycho kind of thing going on. Second one's in Nottingham. I've never done an escape room before, ever, so I have no idea how I'm going to do. Apparently these ones are terrifying ones as well, they're really scary ones. So if my last visit through Passage del Terror at Blackpool is anything to go by, I am in for a right old day. I'm probably going to be the damsel in distress in the group that just needs rescuing. So we will see, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in my car, getting my shades on and cruising. After that I'm going to go and visit my dad up in Lancaster, so I'm going to do lots of driving today. It's going to be a long day, but hopefully it's going to be a fun one. So yeah, I will catch up with you later. My god, so that was Trapped in, we are in Corby. They've got quite a few different escape rooms and we did the motel one. Oh my god, that was insane. That was so good. It was terrifying. I've not screamed so much in a while, but it was really clever. It was so immersive. Oh, amazing. I will speak more later as I'm going off to the second location. I didn't get much chance to film much more on Saturday. It's a really busy day. We went straight from the one venue to the next, and then it was straight off driving up to visit my dad. So yeah, I'm exhausted. It's been a busy weekend, so I'm just kind of filming the roundup now. Not that I properly vlogged or anything, think of it more I guess as a review. So yes, the 2 attractions that I went to. First one was in Corby at Trapped, and it was the motel one, and the second was Nightmare Asylum in Nottingham. I just want to say a massive thank you to the ScareTour guys for having me along. If you don't already, you need to go and follow ScareTour on Facebook, and they will give you all the up-to-date information on absolutely anything scare related or attraction related in the UK. They are like the mecca of information about these attractions, so make sure you go along, like their page, follow the news updates, etc., and see their reviews. So thank you to the ScareTour guys for having me along in your crew. So first, Trapped Motel. Wow, it blew me away. It was my first escape room ever and absolutely loved it. I was quite useless at many points throughout. However, I do feel like I did play my part a bit and I managed to figure out quite a few bits in there. But yeah, absolutely loved it. I think when you are doing an escape room and you are following the clues, you get so much more immersed into the storyline because you're concentrating, and it makes you feel like you are really in there. Like, I was terrified. The first room you go in, I don't want to give too much away, there's a couple of different rooms that you kind of have to work your way through. Walk in, it looks quite a simple room, and then before you know it, we were screaming our heads off. And yeah, I think the clues were really clever. I really liked the storyline they had going, and yeah, it was terrifying. The actors, particularly a girl that was in there, was so good. Absolutely loved it, and I think we did it in like really good time as well. We did it in about 45 minutes, and there was the 3 of us in there, and they said usually the average for motel is like about 55, nearly to an hour, so you get 60 minutes to figure it out or not. So we finished with about 15 minutes to spare, so I was quite proud of that. However, I'm not sure I would have done that well if I wasn't with such pros at these things. They knew what they were looking for, but like I said, I did a few bits myself. As I said, I've never done an escape room before. But the concept, actually, it's really, really, really good. The idea of it's almost like you're in a movie and you are creating the plot. You are figuring out what you would do in those situations, as opposed to a scare attraction that immerses you like you're going through a movie. This puts you as a character in the movie. Yeah, highly recommend. And the thing is, they have a really good location, and I think they have about 3 or 4 different escape rooms at that location in Corby. It looked really pro. I was very, very impressed, and I want to give some of the other ones a go. There was like a prison one and I think an alien one. And Trapped do actually have a few different sites, I think, apparently, as well. I think they've got one in Northampton, and I think they've got one somewhere else. They seem to have quite a broad spectrum of escape rooms. But it's really pro setup, like I said, really good storyline, and yeah, we absolutely loved it. All of us absolutely loved it. So definitely go and give Trapped a go, and if you want a scary one, give Motel a go. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Next up, we then made our way to Nottingham for Nightmare Asylum. This is sometimes billed as an escape room, however it isn't, actually more of like a horror house. But it has got a few escape room type elements at the start. Again, we were terrified. I was terrified especially. And the location itself is absolutely perfect. So the start of it, I think, was some old flats that they've kind of converted. But because it was that lived in kind of setting, it feels more real when you're going through it. Also because it's not like a linear type maze. You go up to the top of the stairs, you have rooms ahead of you, to the right, to the left, so you feel like you have no idea where the actors are going to come from, and that in itself is terrifying. There was some really clever use of the space and the rooms in the start bit. Yeah, like I said, there's a couple of escape room type elements in that. The actors were brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and then you find yourself in more of a kind of scare mazy type event. It was really disorientating, really, really good use of the space again, and yeah, it was a really good fun event. Like I said, it's not really an escape room, it's more of a horror house. Again, we screamed lots, but both really, really good attractions. So that was Trapped, Motel in Corby, and the Nightmare Asylum in Nottingham. So definitely go and try them out and go and see what you think. And also, like I said, make sure to go and give the ScareTour guys a follow, because that is like the Bible of scare stuff. So they are ScareTour on Facebook, and I think they're on YouTube and Instagram and everything like that as well. So go and give those guys a follow. And we also have ScareCon coming up very, very soon, which is by the organisers of ScareTour, which is going to be at Alton Towers this year, and I'm going to be body painting there. So if you're interested in the scare industry, come along, come and see what it's all about. There's lots of industry talks, there's lots of amazing stalls, and it's a great place to just network with people, make new friends, meet up with old friends. And yeah, I can't wait for ScareCon. That'll be awesome. But yeah, go check out those attractions, go like ScareTour, and I will see you soon.